Critics have complained the city has favored some businesses over others, but plans are moving forward that would change how the system works. For a closer look, we're joined now by News 8's Lou Hillman. Lou?
Well, Mark, the city has been offering a variety of economic incentives for several decades, but there's never been a formal system for how those are requested and then approved. But a push to change that is now picking up steam.
I think a lot of folks like to know what the rules are for both sides.
Larry Kirch believes economic incentives have been a catalyst for the city, helping grow jobs and boost downtown development. But as the city's director of planning, he thinks there needs to be a framework for how those incentives are distributed.
And that's really what this is about, is let's do a better job at analyzing how much an incentive a particular project needs. That might leave us more room to give another project some incentives.
A proposed ordinance would establish an economic development commission to oversee the new standards. Area business people would be included to give recommendations.
Because right now it's very informal.
Council member Dick Swans is a big supporter of the ordinance because it would create more transparency. He's well aware of the fact that some community members have complained about the city's TIF agreements with Quick Trip and Don Weber.
Again, I really do believe it's more of a myth than accurate description that the city somehow doles out money to people without really checking anything out. I don't think that's the case, but on the other hand, I do think it would help if there was a structure, if there was sort of a mechanism for looking at these things, and everybody knew up front what it was.
Both men believe La Crosse needs to offer economic incentives to stay competitive with other cities. They just want to make sure those agreements are what's best for the city and taxpayers.
So encourage development, but do it with some wisdom and forethought.
Now, the proposed ordinance would need to be approved by the full city council. The measure was reviewed this afternoon by 2 city committees, but no action was yet taken. Mark?
Thank you, Lou. The city has already begun negotiations over possible economic incentives for the proposed Riverside Center building number 4. Any agreement would be not subject to the proposed rule changes since the negotiations are already underway.